Hello, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. With me today is AusCann Group Holdings Managing Director Elaine Darby. Elaine, thanks so much for coming to Sydney and welcome back to the network.
Yeah, thanks Jessica.
For those who aren't familiar, you're developing a range of medicinal cannabinoid products. Just tell us where you're at today.
Yeah, so these medications that we've been working on and developing should be due for release around mid next year, 2019. So essentially there's three main product types or families that have different formulations of cannabinoids, and these are for the treatment of chronic pain.
And now can you tell us about the results of your final dose cannabinoid study?
Yeah, so we're really excited by this. So essentially this was a piloting work that we've been doing for about 10 to 12 months now, and development of these new final dose forms for cannabinoid medicines. What we found is that with existing medications that are available, there are some problems with the stability of the key active ingredients, these cannabinoids. They degrade very easily with heat, light, exposure to air. So a lot of our work that we did was developing a new dose form that would be stable under all these conditions. And this is where we've developed this solid capsule format for patients to take. So it really is a game changer for the industry. It's easy for doctors to prescribe in terms of the dosage, and easy for patients to take.
Now further to that, on the capsules themselves, where do you think you'll be looking at manufacturing? Understand hopefully here in Australia?
Absolutely, this definitely will be undertaken here in Australia, which is wonderful. So we'll be doing cultivating and manufacturing here in Australia, and those operations will be established before the end of the year.
Thanks, Elaine. And for someone who suffers from chronic pain, how do they get access to your products come next year?
Absolutely. So all these medicines are prescribed by a doctor. So they need to go talk to their doctor about whether this treatment is right for them. Essentially, we will be undertaking a lot of our outreach program in terms of educating doctors about cannabinoid medicine. So when they do have patients come to them, that they can make an informed decision in terms of whether to prescribe those medications or not. So essentially, the patient would get their prescription from the doctor, go to their pharmacy, and it'll be dispensed in that way. We've formed a distribution agreement with API, which is one of the largest distributors of pharmaceutical medications through the pharmacy network.
Thanks, Elaine. Now let's talk finances and outlook. Can you start by telling us about the forecast for FY18 revenues?
Yeah, so the fantastic thing is we completed a successful capital raise just recently, brought in just over 35 million into the bank, so we're well funded now to proceed with all our plans of the operations here in Australia and also expanding those in Chile. In terms of revenue coming in, once we release our products in 2019, we're certainly looking forward to revenue from those particular products. Some of those products will go into clinical trial work for product registration, which will increase distribution for us, but we can also start selling those products straight off the bat under the special access schemes here in Australia, and we also have the export market available to us also.
And can you give us a comment about your share price over the past 12 months?
Yeah, certainly over the past 12 months, absolutely. We've seen a real boost in the share price. I think the announcement by the Minister that we were allowed to export was a huge bonus for us. And I think, the shareholders and wider market sort of appreciated what that value really can relate to. We're happy with how things are tracking at the moment, and we're certainly in a very solid position going forward to sort of achieve our aims of production.
And lastly, Elaine, is there anything else that you'd like to say about the company?
Yeah, well, I guess in essence, we've had fantastic progress to date with the development of our products. We're well funded now following our capital raise, and we're really looking forward to getting on with the job now that we've got all the licensing, the IP in place to produce these products here in Australia and have them out sort of middle of next year and start producing some revenue.
Wonderful. Elaine Darby, thank you so much for coming to Sydney and thanks for the update.
No, thanks very much.